I've won 1,000 of them. Hi, hi. Kanna. Come on. I love you. Kamogumi. Kanna na 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 na. Hi, hi. Kanna. Come on. I love you. Kamogumi. Kanna na 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 na. The fan name? Kamogumi. Hi, hi. I am a private detective. Kanna. I wanna make you laugh every day. I am a genius. Look at the baby, Kamo. It's like you when you're in your shell, Kamo. No, what's with the raised eyebrows? I might be a genius, but I feel like the suitcase is more important than my legs. Isn't it cute? Are you ready? Are you ready? I love you, Kamos. I love you. The fan name? Kamogumi. Hi, hi. I am a private detective. Kanna. I wanna make you laugh every day. I am a genius. Kon Kanna. Hi. Look at me. In time to my own streams. Yeah. Even though I literally woke up from a nap or got out of bed half an hour ago. And in that time, I fed myself, I fed the cats, and cleaned their litter boxes, which paid. But yeah, kon Kanna. Oh, and also brush my teeth, because I always brush my teeth when I wake up from a nap, because no matter how little you sleep, it always feels like you've slept forever, and it's like... So the kitty cats okay? The kitty cats are okay. Also, Ako-chan, wow, welcome back to the Kamo Squad. Long time no see, long time no see. What day of the week is it? It's Wednesday. Oh, and also, Court, wow, welcome back to the Kamo Squad as well. Your sleep mouth is real? Yeah. Oh yeah. So, ooh, I've been so punctual. It's just so, you know, I gotta keep you on your toes, Kamos. Oh, and Icky as well. Wow, welcome back to the Kamo Squad. Supreme Kamo. Tomorrow is a birthday. Should you humbly request one line of self-praise in Norwegian? English, pretty please? No! With English translation? Wow, the specification. Also, Icky, happy birthday. Otanjabi omedetou. I know I'm saying it like that now, but tomorrow is ASMR, so no one gets a call out tomorrow. Think you're really cool as Duck Detective Big Love? You know, I am not going to give self-praise because then you could all request it on your birthday. And I'm sure I'm going to reach the point eventually where there's like one Kamo that has a birthday every day. So... I can praise you, Kamos. I can praise you, what should I say? Thinking of Norwegian adjectives when I'm streaming in English. My brain! Oh, setting a dangerous precedence? Yeah, I don't want to like self-praise myself every day. That would be awful. The wires are crossing hard. I'm trying to remember the region, but it's hard. Kamos, what I'm... Okay, brain turn off. I'm not reading your messages. You don't exist, Kamos. You don't exist. You exist, but you know what I'm meaning. Oh, okay. Look at it, so truly set, Kamos. There we go. It's really short. You're really cute, Kamos. That is the brain like you're real now, Kamos. You're real now. I just needed to pretend for a second. Also, Sasuke, welcome back to the Kamo Squad. Super Kamo. Happy Kitty Cat Day. So proud of you for being functional. Functional and starting a stream on time. Thank you for your sweet message. Yes, the functionality of starting a stream on time. Need a translation? I did. It's you're really cute, Kamals.
More
Kamukumi. Invincible. Mwah. Thank you for gifting 5 Kamo Squad memberships. Thank you. Be sure to send some love if you get the gifted. Yeah. But yeah, you got your translation. It's Kamo's very cute. Very cute. It's just really hard to think of Norwegian on the spot if I'm not like actively speaking Norwegian. It's like you're thinking of you're speaking and thinking in one language, and then you're asked to do something in the other. It just like your brain just goes like. Though earlier today, I actually was speaking Norwegian like to someone else than my cats, because one I called like the mail carrier customer support, which by the way, yeah, no, that was an experience. Okay, so it used to be, Kamals, that if you call the mail carrier customer support, you would like be put in a line, and you know, you would actually get to talk to a person. It would be like, oh, you're number 10 in line. And when you like meet your turn, you would talk to a person. Now, when you call the customer support, you're not put on hold, but instead they've implemented the absolutely horrendous thing of getting an AI customer support. And I just like, the second they were on the line, I was just like, can I talk to a human? Can I talk to a human? Can I talk to a human? I just repeated that until the customer support was like, okay, before I set you over to a human, I need information. Also, Ako-chan, thank you for the 100 bits. Arigato. Also, let me drink some water. They always never go well. It's awful. And then it was like... you had to fight like 3 of those Sunday with the pharmacy. Oh my god, at least I only had to fight 1. Before it put me over to a human though, it wanted me to like tell the AI bot what package I was calling regarding, and then it started listing out the packages. And I think all of the packages are overseas packages, and when that happens, it never has the sender on it. It just has the like international tracking number. So it said like, is this regarding package number 1 from an unknown sender, or is this regarding package number 2 from an unknown sender, or is it regarding package number 3, which would you guess it, is from an unknown sender. And I was like, yeah, this helps me. So I was like, package 3? Question mark. Also, Torane, thank you for the super coins. Arigato. Swears and use slurs for fast to redirect to a human. I mean, I think just me repeating, I want to talk to customer support. Like, give me a customer agent. That did help. But after package number 3, it like repeated info about it, and I was just like, instead of doing anything else, I was just like, put me over to a human, put me over to a human, put me over to a human. I just started repeating it again. And finally, it was like, we are putting you over to like human customer support. Not in those words, but you know. And it put me over. And and they were like, you are number 26 in line. And I was like, you know, maybe I would have been further up in line if they didn't make me like do like a 5-10 minute dance with your AI just to get through. Because the only thing the AI can help you with is things that you can do on your own in the app already. So I'm just like, I know how to operate the app. Why make me sit through the AI stuff? It took like half an hour before I got to talk to a person that just left my phone on the desk. You want people to get frustrated and hang up? Yeah, probably. You understand some of the use of AI for some kind of support things to aid people in their help, because some of them are just making the support unnecessarily busy. I mean, for sure, but I feel like most people, when you reach the point of calling customer support, it's things you can't necessarily find out in the app. So yeah, I've never gotten help from an AI chatbot or like phone bot ever. Like every time I call customer support for anything, it's always something that an AI chatbot just cannot help you with. But yeah, so I called them, And the reason I called is because I have a package in my app that doesn't say what the sender is. But it said like it was like sent from the distribution center someplace in Norway the 29th of December. So a month ago. And nothing has happened to it since then. So I'm just like, is it stuck somewhere? So I wanted to see if they could like see anything in their systems internally, which they couldn't, sadly. But yeah, I just have one package that I don't know what is. And it's a small thing. I think it's a letter or something. But yeah, no idea what it is. At least this is confirmation that Terminator Judgment Day is still a way off. maybe. So yeah, so that was the thing. Any clue? No idea. It's like 0.2 kilos, it said. And the lady I talked to said it was a letter. But the only reason it got a tracking number was because, was because, I would say it's an international one, and everything that's international gets a tracking number. So I have no idea what it is. She said it was most likely from the United States, but she wasn't certain, so I have no idea. Like could be like VTuber related stuff, but yeah, I literally don't know. That's weird. Yeah. I have 2 other packages I'm waiting on. One of them that's in my package app is like the Lolita clothes. I know what that one is. And then what is the final thing? Oh, wait. I also got one thing that like I can actually go and pick up at the postal like delivery pickup. And that is a little like fur ball looking thingies. They're synthetic, like they're not actual fur. But you guys know that like beanies sometimes have fur balls on top of them. I ordered like a bunch of those to put on top of the camo hats that I'm making, and that is available for pickup right now. And I think the final thing I'm waiting for, I think this one. Wait, which one was this one? I think this one, the final thing is the card thingies. But I'm not certain. They're actually quite easy to make yourself. I know you can make pom-poms with yarn, but they're not as easy as you think to execute consistently. And you can't really make the synthetic fur ones yourself. Yeah, like little pom-poms. Yeah. And buying them, I bought them off Etsy. Buying them off Etsy was easier or like cheaper and nicer quality than buying them naturally, because they were quite expensive actually, like buying them locally. So the consistency is hard to get right. Yeah, exactly. So I would rather just use the yarn for beanies instead of making little pom-poms, because I made pom-poms before when I was younger, as I know how to do it, but I just didn't want to waste a lot of yarn on it. So instead I got them off Etsy. So we'll see how they turn out, but hopefully they turn out well, because everything I bought from Etsy otherwise has been good. But I'm also really picky when I buy things of Etsy, because there's so many AI stores there, or there's stores that are clearly AI generated images. So every time I buy something of Etsy, I only use sellers that's been on the platform for like minimum 1 to 2 years, that has also like successful sales and has customer reviews with images. Ronseria! Wow, welcome back to the Camo Squad. Kanna cute, Camo's cute. Oh, the pom-poms are from Poland, I think. I can even see in the shipping app that they shipped from Poland. So it's a Polish store. But you can also see like store location and stuff on Etsy. So I also am picky on that, and always look at that when I buy things from Etsy as well. Yeah. Browsing Etsy is dangerous. Half of the products aren't even real, and the other half is too enticing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it's fine. This one seems reliable. I'm pretty good at picking out stores, Camos, don't worry. That's also where I got my typewriter. I got my typewriter refurbished and like custom made by like an Etsy typewriter store back in the day when I bought that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, so that should be here soon, and then I can maybe start finalizing some of the camo hats. Oh, and also, wait, I can show you the images for those of you that don't have Twitter. I also took a picture of all the finished camo hats yesterday. Though after I took that picture, I finished the ongoing camo hat that I was making. So I actually have 11 now instead of 10. Let me see. There we go. I lined them up all like satisfactorily satisfyingly lined them up. Yeah, there's one more here now. There's one that's like brown and pink. Couldn't decide which color you like the most? Yeah, there's a lot of good colors. I'll probably start like making multiple that are the same color eventually. But until then, very satisfactory indeed. Yeah, satisfactory. Satisfactory is just on my brain. Satisfyingly lined up. Looks like a proper store image. I also took some fancy ones like these. Like look how fancy this is, Camels. Very, very fancy. And this one is also equally fancy. Let me see. I think that was... Yeah, I also took one that has the beanie. Like, this is like a full one. This is the folded up version. And then if I fold it out, they look like this, which isn't as good for taking pictures, but now you can see like the full breadth of it, the full width of it. Yeah. They're like professional store photos. They are phone pictures. I took them on my phone, but honestly, my phone camera is pretty good. Also, Camels, I actually ordered myself something today. Because I was just browsing the internet, and I was like, I wonder like what like the local, like one of the local card stores where I would sometimes get like English One Piece or English Pokemon cards. I just wonder what they have, because they've been getting things like plushies lately. I just like browsing it to look at Pokemon plushies and stuff. And they had something that wasn't Pokemon, it wasn't One Piece, it wasn't plushies. But I was like, whoa, this is a thing. And then I ended up ordering something, not from that store, but from Amazon, because they didn't have the one thing in particular that I wanted. Let me show you. I think I have... It's an image. Show you guys on stream. But I ended up ordering it from Amazon with free shipping. So I was like, ooh, free shipping's nice. Hi for dropping in. Kanna. Where's my picture for stream folder? Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, I saved the picture. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This took a while to load. I ordered... Bob! Look at this! It's a playmat! It's an actual, like, Ultra Pro official playmat with Bob Ross. And I was like, whoa, Bob Ross truly is everywhere. I think Bob Ross has passed away, but whoever holds, like, Bob Ross's, what you call it, like copyright and stuff, they really are everywhere. But it's a desk mat, because you know I love like nature scenes and stuff like that. I love it. But for desk mats, it's really hard to dodge AI art. But at least if you get Ultra Pro or Dragon Shield or something like that, or VTuber merch, then you know it's probably not AI. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Bob Ross videos are free on YouTube and stuff. But when you find things like this, I'm just like, oh my god, it's finally I can know that it's like a nature scene that isn't AI. So I ordered this one, and I ordered this one. I ordered two of them. Because they had two different scenes. I don't know which one will look best on the hand cam. I hope that one of them will look good. But yeah. I'm so tired of AI. Yeah, I'm really tired of AI. Watching him work was so soothing. Yeah, Bob Ross is a great painter. Yeah. You've been using the same one for 6 years. You probably need a new one. Yeah, desk mats are nice. I like changing them out a little for hand cams. Are those Magic the Gathering art mats? No. These are Bob Ross Ultra Pro, like official collaboration desk mats. Yeah. They did actually have some Ultra Pro Warhammer mats, and I was really tempted to pick one up, but the colors were a little bit dark, and for some reason they had a cool battle scene for Tyranids, they had a cool battle scene for Space Marines, and then they had a Necron one that's just like a close-up photo of a Necron, and I was like, where's my cool Necron battle scene? And I got really sad that I didn't pick a Warhammer one. But I was so disappointed because I don't like the look of their Necron mat. It's literally just a gray background with a close-up of a Necron dude. You knew I just wanted a Necron? I wanted it so badly because it would have had all like green colors and stuff, but no, it can't have anything good. So instead, I also, in the same order, went on the Dragon Shield Amazon store, and they had some cool fantasy scene desk mats. There was one I really wanted, but it didn't ship to Norway, so instead I chose my second favorite. So I've ordered this one as well, with Burb Dare Dragon, because Dragon Shield has like the classical fantasy artwork. So I ordered 3 desk mats, is what I'm saying. Yeah. And we look really cute. Really cute. Oh, Dazzle Driggs! Wow, welcome back to the Camo Squad. This one looks nice. Yeah, this one looks really nice. The Necron merch is just as dead as the Necrons themselves. It is truly without a life. And also, since I was ordering from them anyway, I ordered some green matte sleeves because I really like Dragon Shield sleeves. And then I ordered these. I think these are actual art sleeves, or I hope so. Because nature and dragons and fantasy, I'm just like, ooh, so I hope they are good. This one was Magic the Gathering, actually. This one is actually Magic the Gathering. Yeah, it's called Misty Rainforest. Also, while I was saving the images, like, this was the things I ordered previously that I talked about. But here is a picture of the little kiwi bird plushie that I ordered in my previous Amazon order. Isn't he cute? With his little round feetsies and his little kiwi bird beak. And then I also got this, the little bald eagle guy. Little bald eagle burb. I thought that was a coconut. They're kind of like coconuts with legs, honestly. And this is the chunky one, the dinosaur one. Like, these ones are quite big. This is like the platy camel that I have. So yeah, those are just images for you camels. Itchy nose. There you go. Yeah. Hazel bean, yeah, much chunky. So yeah, but I just wanted to tell you about the Bob Ross play mats, because when I get those, I'm really excited to try them out. I hope they will look nice on stream. There's my tissues. I don't have any tissues because my nose isn't runny. It's just stuffy. Yeah. That's a difference, kind of. Like, when you have a runny nose, it's even worse. I of course also have a cat PowerPoint for today, because that's what we're doing for stream. We're talking about the best and worst parts of cat ownership. But we'll get to that, don't worry. Yeah. You're going to get replaced? You're not getting replaced, Camels. You're super cute. Yeah. Oh, maybe I should go blow my nose. Let me do that, Camels. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back. Kinda cute and suspicious. Was I rare looking suspicious? Oh, also Camels. I can say that yesterday evening, right before I went to bed, I did give final approval to my model, to the new rig. So the model debut is guaranteed to happen now on Saturday. So that is a big victory. And probably after stream today, I'll start like doing the toggle setups and stuff like properly. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah, the rig. So now you can be properly hyped for Saturday. I know that is guaranteed to happen. Yeah. Hopefully no tech issues. I mean, it shouldn't be. It will just be like a normal Satsu stream in a way, like in the way of like tech setup. So it's nothing tech setup to set up otherwise kind of deal. Break time silver. Have a nice work day to working camels. Did I play reverse? Oh, I haven't played reverse today, but I'll probably do my dailies later. Hi for dropping in, Kanna. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good as well. Am I going to add screenshots to the camel folder? Yes, probably sometime after the debut, because I'll also start taking screenshots and stuff. Yeah. But, camels, do you want me to start the kitty cat presentation? Because the reason why we're doing this stream today is kind of just an excuse to talk about kitty cat stuff. I have a fancy... Wait, let me put myself over to the side here. I have a fancy, not a super long PowerPoint. Because I was like, I don't want to make it like needlessly complicated. So my PowerPoint is kind of simple. Maybe I should move it a little bit up like this. There we go. Look at this. I got one of the Canva presets that had like little kitty cats on it. It was kind of cute. And you guys can see me like clicking on the presentation and stuff today. Wonder if we will be interrupted by the cats this time. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully not, because I just went and gave the cats a head pat right before I started stream, and they all looked like they were just laying down to sleep and stuff. Yeah, really cute. Yeah, cat ownership, which I didn't know there was so many things to cat ownership until I got cats myself. It's kind of like you kind of like assume that there's a lot, like that it's maybe like easier than it is until you're like the sole person responsible for the cats. Also, I kind of realized after getting cats myself that even though I grew up with cats, like we had a family cat when I was younger. And then we had one around the time I was in junior high school. That was more like hands-off type of cat ownership. And then probably my parents should have been more hands-on than they were. But that's like realizations I had only after I got cats myself. What are their names? I'm not going to say just in case, but they had very like Norwegian person names, like people names, which is probably why I gave my cats more like people names, but Japanese names. But yeah, those are going to remain secret. Bjorn, like Bjorn. And not Karen, but like Karen. Like we had the first cat we had was a female. And then the second cat we had, the one we had in junior high school, was a male. We also had a male cat at the same time as the female one. When I was really young, we got like a male kitten. But he sadly passed away to an owner, like a cat disease that can like hit cats apparently when they're young or old. I don't remember what it is. But he was suddenly just found passed away in his little cat basket. But I was really young at this time. This was elementary school, like super young elementary school age. So I basically don't really remember him other than what I was told and having seen 1 or 2 images. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that can happen. And I also don't remember our first family cat passing away, like the girl cat. I think she passed away when I was in elementary school. Oh yeah, the youngest one passed away when I was in kindergarten, not elementary school. And then the other one in elementary school. I think she got... Also, Lynn, hi, I hope you're having a nice day. I think she got a disease and she had to be put down, sadly. But she was pretty old, I think, or towards older age when she got put down. Were there also Norwegian forest cats? No. The first cat we had and also the kitten, they were both Burmese, I think it's called. In Norwegian it's called Helibirma. I think that's Burmese. That's like the white fluffy cat with like black paws and like black like facial markings and stuff. And then the cat we had when I was in junior high school, that was just like a what do you call them, like a mix house cat. Yeah, I think they're called house cats when you're just like unknown mixes and stuff. Might have had Norwegian forest cat in him, that cat though, because he was very fluffy and had like some Norwegian forest cat traits, but was smaller. Yes. And he was a hardcore outside cat because we had a cat door, so he kind of went outside inside whenever he wanted to. But the sad part about him, and also the reality of having an inside-outside cat, is that just at some point, I think he was around... Camels, I'm being genuine here. He was around 6 or 7 years old. He just never returned. Which is why I'm very much like an inside cat person. Because that's what happens with a lot of outside cats. Like, they just get eaten by wild animals. They get hit by a car. They freeze to death. And he did disappear during winter, so there's a high chance it was actually freezing to death, which is really dark. But I'm just putting it out there. That's the reality of the situation. So if you do have an inside-outside cat, please take good care of them. Because you never know. You never know when it was going to happen. And that was really sad. But at the same time, like you kind of still hold on to the hope. And for over 2 years after he disappeared, every time someone like posted in the local Facebook group or like or talking about like in the area where my mom lived about having found like a cat, she would always check it out. So it's kind of like the drawn out hope and suffering. Yeah. You had a lot of outside cats growing up, so you understand that for sure. Yeah. And I really liked him because he was a sweet cat. He wasn't always inside that much, but he was super sweet and really affectionate when he was inside. So yeah, you lost too many pets before your parents let you keep them all inside. Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. Of course you can have pets dying young with being only inside pets, but at least you know what happens. Oh god, now it's like bleak music playing and like the depression topic. Oh my god. This one is like a little bit more... Maybe I should repeat the song. Maybe I should put this on repeat. This one. I'll have this one on repeat, Carlos. This stream is off to a sad part. Yeah, this is a sad part of cat ownership, which I didn't even put in the PowerPoint because I don't have outside cats now, so this doesn't apply to me. But I guess it applied to me to like the family cat we had when I grew up. Yeah. And also, hi for dropping in. Kanna. Okay, so cat ownership combos. Cat ownership. We're off to a fun start where we get to talk about my current cats, which are these goofy guys. These are my cats. You may have seen pictures of them on stream in the past. Occasionally a post on Twitter. And then if you're a Camo Squad member on YouTube, then they're just all over the YouTube membership tab where I post like random images. They're usually always cat pictures there. Are there portraits? Yeah, these are my little guys. This is a PowerPoint? Of course I made a PowerPoint, yes. It's not a complicated PowerPoint. It just has some headlines and some pictures, but it has headlines and pictures. Floofs, yeah, floofs. So we have my 2 oldest cats. My cats are actually born all within a year, because Nao and Jin are born around like late fall 2019, and then Tomo and Yuki are born around late summer 2020. So there is less than a year between them, but my 2 oldest ones are born in 2019, and my 2 youngest ones are born in 2020. Was it Yuki? Yeah, Yuki was the one who turned off my PC recently, so... Yeah. He is also, I would like to point out, you can kind of see it in the image a little bit. He's my biggest cat. He's my youngest. So my 2 oldest are from the same litter, so I have no idea who's the oldest one out of these 2 guys. But Tomo and Yuki are only half brothers, which you can kind of see, I guess, from the eyes and the fur color, because they both have or Yuki has the fur color and like eyes of his mom, but Tomo has more gotten his fur color and stuff from his dad, and there's around a week between them. And Tomo is the oldest one and Yuki is youngest, but Yuki is also my biggest cat. Yuki's snoot is very distinct, yeah, because he's white fur, his pink nose and like pink part of his ear stands out a lot. And then Tomo has this like the blue black colored like nose and ears and stuff that kind of blends in with his fur. Yuki has now cracked the code to get more attention. Yeah, he literally just starts unplugging my PC now, which is terrifying. And I have checked like my PC power cord so much over the last couple of days now. Like multiple times a day I go like, power cord? Yeah. Well, yeah, so I have my cats. They're all Norwegian forest cats, which I kind of just ended up with Norwegian forest cats when I got Nao and Jin, because I tried getting rescue cats. But for 7-8 months when I was looking at the rescue cat website closest to me, they never got kittens, and I wanted kittens. So eventually I had to look at breeders. And since I was getting a cat breed, I originally wanted a ragdoll, because I also really like ragdolls and stuff. You're watching with your own cat on your keyboard? Oh, that's so sweet. Originally I wanted ragdolls, but I couldn't find any ragdoll breeder with like a lot of information about them and stuff like that. So eventually I switched over to like, what is a healthy cat breed? Like, what I think ragdolls also are like in general like reasonably and pretty healthy and stuff. But I was like, what is a good health cat breed that has a lot of breeders in Norway, and like where I can find the reputable one that has like a good setup and like treats their cats well and stuff like that. So eventually I found Nao and Jin's breeder, which specializes in Norwegian forest cats. So I ended up getting them. And then later I found Tomo and Yuki's breeder, who actually was really stringent with adopting out cats. And I had to like answer a bunch of questions and then basically be at the level where you have to have a reference. But I was able to get the Tomo and Yuki as well. Initially I was only supposed to get Yuki, but then I got Tomo as well, which I've told the story of that a couple of times. You have an aunt that breeds Bengal's cats? Ooh, I hope she treats them well and stuff. I assume she does. But yeah, so that's how I ended up with all of mine. It was like a job interview. Yeah, like the really serious ones, or like the ones that like don't have a lot of litters. And like some of them get really like hardcore. I was looking up kitty cats here the other day just because I like looking up kitty cats. And if you go on like breeder websites, you see a lot of like kitten pictures and stuff. And I stumble upon a Norwegian one that literally has like an application system. They had like an entire application system. This was like a Norwegian breeder, so the website was in Norwegian, where you had to like basically like apply to be on their wait list, and you had to like pass like an interview. I think you had to do like a video interview like to actually like get to be on their wait list and stuff. Like they were super serious. Super serious. Do they have family trees? I do have family trees for all my cats. I think there's like an online Norwegian like pet family tree system where I can log in if I have like their information. I can go and look. I did it in the past once, but I'm not using my cats as show cats, so I don't really care about that part. Be sure to make sure the cats are going to good homes. Yeah. Also, that breeder, the one that had like really strict requirements, they actually had like a slight like priority list, and one of the priority categories was single ladies that wants cats for companionship. And I was like, whoa, I fit that category. I was like, I'm in a priority category just on the sense that I'm single. I'm not getting more cats couples. I have enough with my 4, but it was so funny seeing their priority categories. And I think it's because I feel like often when I've seen like the rescues and stuff, when they have like requirements, they're often like, we want this cat to go to a family with children. So I've seen so many like people that wants their cats to go to situations like that. But I do think the cat breeders know that like not every cat is going to be happy in a home with young children, because it can be very chaotic, and a lot of cats like having it a little bit more peacefully. So yeah. Cats usually hates kids though. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people don't think about. So yeah. It's like they can get their tail pulled or hair pulled. Like literally when my sister was visiting me, like her child is like not even a year old yet, and she was like, do not let the cats come in touching distance of the baby. She was like, I'm not scared that the cats are going to do anything, but she was like, the baby will grab the cats really hard. She was like, he was like, the baby will grab them and like yank at their fur, like guaranteed, because that's what she does, because she's a baby. So yeah, so when she was visiting, I was monitoring the cats and making sure like they got like close to the baby because they were curious, but made sure none of them like went all the way up. Baby's grips is surprisingly strong. Really strong. Really strong. And I guess it's also a sense of like they won't let go because they don't necessarily understand everything you're saying to them or at all. But yeah, so these are my kitty cats. I have now, who's a tabby pattern. That's like the little like speckled pattern. You can see kind of better on Jin. But Nao and Jin are tabby pattern, like orange cats. Nao is a little bit more cream colored. Jin is a little bit more like saturated orange. But Nao is like all the way orangey cream. And then Jin has this like triangular kind of white pattern going on his face. He has a white tummy and he has white little boots. And that is the main easy way to tell the difference between them. And then we have Tomo, who's blue. He is called blue because, as you see now, the light is shining on him in this picture, and he's like gray highlighted. It looks like his fur is getting a gray highlight. If he was black colored, he would have had like a brown highlight. So that's like the two differences of like dark black colored cats. You have the blue ones and you have the black ones, and the black is when they have a brown highlight. Blue dabadi dabadu. Yes, he is also blue dabadi. And then we have Yuki, who's white. Very, very much so. And leaves fur everywhere. Because it's so long. You can see his fluffy neck. It's so fluffy, it's like he just goes straight out to the sides here. And currently, they are... Oh my god. Kamos, I swear I'm cursed! The cats are 6 and 7 years old right now. I'm not making this up. My cats are 6 and 7. I am literally cursed. I'm trying to not give the memes any power, but why do I have to say 6 and 7 all the time? I hate whoever made this meme. Whoever made this meme, they were evil. But I'm not even kidding. Because my cats are born in... Wait, are they... Oh no, wait, no, they're 5 and 6. They're 5 and 6. Oh my god, no. Later this year, they will be 6 and 7. Okay, I was like 2026. How old are they? No, okay, it's 5 and 6. Oh god, I'm not cursed yet. At the start of next year, I'm going to be cursed. The meme has better be dead at the start of next year. 5 and 6 years old. Oh god, thank you, thank you. I did a wrong calculation. 7 or 6. Yeah, because my youngest 2 cats, these 2 guys are 5 now, and these 2 guys are 6. Oh, okay. Okay. We're fine. We can skip. We can go to my next slide, which is like the best part of cat ownership. Is like, oh my god, they're so cute. Look at them. Look at these cute little guys. You'll remember for next year? No, that meme has better be dead. I said 2019 and 2020. Yeah, and considering we're in 2026, just started, then they're 5 and 6. Yuri's 5.5. Also a COVID cat. Yeah, I got Tomo and Yuki. I think, was that during COVID or right after? I don't remember, but yeah. I got Nao and Jin before COVID started, I think. God, remembering. Don't worry about it. Cuteness is all the justification you need. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. It's like, oh my god, they're incredibly cute. And this is the reason why I feel like a lot of people initially get cats, right? You don't really think about it other than, oh god, they're so cute, they're so fluffy, they're so soft. They do little kitty cat things. They just sleep with their little arms over their heads, like Jid likes doing. They roll up on their back like this and like present their stomach when they want stomach and chest scratchies. This is what Nao does, and then he stares at me like he's some kind of evil genius or something. Or they just sleep like this over here, like so cute. So, oh my god, I need to click on something that isn't an element. There we go. Are Camels just as fluffy as my pets? You guys aren't fluffy like this, Camels. You guys have like a close to your body fluffiness, like a short-haired cat. These cats are long-haired cats. They're so cute until you have to clean up after them every day. Oh, we'll get to that. But this is probably like one of the singular most best part of cat ownership is that they're extremely cute. And yeah, you can't resist the cuteness. We also have their little toe pads, which you can't see here, but you can see them. You can see them here. But then, yes, as you guys said, oh, the images don't work. No, my images! What happened? Wait, let me look at this. I had images here. I can even see it in the preview. Wait, let me try and close down my presentation and then go back in. These are my pictures. They're not AVIF files. Okay, let me try and open up. I'm closing the presentation. And then I'm opening it again. Oh, now they're back. Okay, now they're back. They just kind of disappeared. Boom! There we go. There they go. Yeah, the images just kind of broke for some reason. But yeah, the constant cleaning. This is along with the constant, like, oh my god, they're so cute, best part. You have the worst part. That is the constant cleaning of like all kinds, which is just non-stop. And this will be, if you have a pet, this is actually not just cat specific. This is kind of also applies to dogs and bunnies and a lot of like the fluffy cats. The litter tracking, yeah. When they have litter boxes, the area around the litter boxes is just going to be full with whatever your litter is, which is in my case is sand. And then suddenly you're going to see like a grain of sand in the opposite side of the apartment from where their litter boxes are, because they somehow managed to track it like all the way over. And then you'll see like a grain of sand on your bed suddenly one day, and it'll be like, how did you get that in here, sir? Like, please. Once you have a pet, the tiny part of you just gives up on the idea of a clean house. Yeah, I really, almost before I had cats, I used to be the type of person that if there was a piece of lint on my bed, I would pick it off just so the sheets would be absolutely spotless, okay? My mom have, since I grew up, drilled into me a really high standard of cleanliness. Like, she's the type of person that, like, if you're doing chores, if you're cleaning, you're not going to do a half-ass job. Okay, you're going to go all the way. You're going to take however much time it takes to get things cleaned perfectly. And I am very much the same. But when I got cats, I had to give that a little bit of a break, because I learned that after a week of trying to pick cat hairs off my bed, I was just like, I'm not winning this battle. I'm going to spend like an hour each day picking cat hairs off my bed if I want it to be absolutely flawless. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, fur everywhere, on the couch, in the car, on your pillow, on your toothbrush. You pulled fur out of your eye. Actually, I think I have pulled fur out of my eye once. I can't laugh at that. It's the truth. Unstoppable cleaning force versus an immovable fluff ball. The immovable fluff ball wins very quickly. And this was before I got my 2 youngest cats. This was just with like my 2 oldest ones. Yeah. So as you can see, you have furniture like the bottom left picture here. Actually, I can make it bigger here for a second. Oh, it's layered under the cleaning. As you see here, from what Jin is so lovingly demonstrating, is that they are going to lounge on your furniture. And if you think that they won't go on your furniture because they don't do it when you're around, then usually cats would do it when they're not there. They don't really have object permanence. If you're not there, then any rules you have probably don't apply. You could have some kind of super cat that somehow like hates like a couch or like hates all furniture somehow, but they're still just going to be everywhere, I promise. Your wife was the same. She owns 6 lint rollers for the house that ended when your daughter was born a few months back. The chaos of a baby. Do they lounge on my PC chair? Not really, because when I don't use my PC chair, it's like pushed into the desk. But they do lounge on a lot of stuff. I will say one thing that alleviates this majorly, though. I actually don't have any pictures in the presentation, I'm realizing, of this, but I have a lot of cat furniture. I have one big floor-to-ceiling cat tree, which Nao is currently sleeping in. I have a cat tree behind my desk that Jin is currently sleeping in. Yuki, I think, was actually sleeping on the couch, but he doesn't often do that, but he was doing that before stream today. And then I have other, like, places I've set up for the cats to sleep, and stuff like that around the apartment, which is a double-edged sword. It does keep them off things like couches and beds more. Have they used the cat wheel yet? No, they hate the cat wheel. We'll get to that, don't worry. But if you have a lot of cat-specific furniture that you figured out they like, because they're not going to like everything, we'll also get to that. But if you have a lot of cat-specific furniture that they like, they do tend to prefer those, I've found. At least my cats. This is, of course, very individual, because cats are individual, but a lot of cats do prefer the cat-specific furniture. But you have to have a sufficient amount compared to how many cats you have. And they have to be placed in good locations. Because, oh boy, does location matter. You can have the fanciest cat tree. And I know this from experience, because one of the previous places I lived, this was before I started VTubing, there was 2 floors. There was like a basement floor and a main floor. And I got a big cat tree, the one that Nao is currently sleeping in. And the first time I built it on like the basement floor that only had like a tiny like high up basement windows. You guys probably know what type of windows I'm talking about. And they barely touched it. They usually only touched it to like climbing occasionally and to scratch on it. So I ended up dismantling it and putting it on the main floor that had like some big windows. Immediately they started sleeping in it and using it. So if you have a big cat tree or something like that and your cats aren't using it, you might want to move it around, move it somewhere with window access, preferably, because cats do really love windows. Or like just moving it around to some place in the house or apartment where you spend more time, because they also like being around you even if they're not on top of you all the time. And that might work, but also that means you have to clean the cat furniture. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, constant cleaning. The most constant parts are the cat litter and the cat fur. That's going to get on everything, and you probably are going to need to vacuum clean once a day or once every second day or like once every 3 days, but then it's going to start looking like you haven't vacuum cleaned in a month, Kamos. That's the rate at which you have to vacuum clean if you have long-haired cats, and probably also long-haired dogs and bunnies and stuff. But yeah, the constant cleaning and the constant cleaning of their litter boxes. You have to scoop out poop from the little litter box every single day. Because cats are actually... They are also helping with the constant cleaning, but they're only constantly cleaning themselves, usually. They're very clean creatures, and they don't like a dirty litter box. Depends on the cat and the number of cats. You only vacuum once every 2 weeks. Yeah, if you have a short-haired cat, it's going to be vastly easier. But that's a thing I didn't think about before I got cats, so I got long-haired, fluffy ones. If something happens to my cats and I get new cats in the future, I'm probably going for more of a short-haired variety of cats because, oh boy, is there a lot of cleaning. If I gather up all the fur, I can turn it into yarn at least. I do have a little bit of like storage of fur, but that's mostly fur that I have brushed off them. How do you clean the litter box? On the daily cleaning, you just scoop out the poop and stuff, and throw it in the bag, and then throw the bag in the trash. But you do want to like empty out the litter box and clean the entirety of it regularly. I think like on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, depending on how messy your cats are. A Sphinx? No, not a Sphinx. A Sphinx cats, if you don't know, those are a hairless breed of cats. They come with actually a lot of their own kind of health needs, in the sense that you need to take care of their skin and stuff, since they don't have the protective fur. So they have to get things like, I think, moisturized and sunscreen and things like that. So yeah, I would rather have like a short-haired breed of cat. You can leave the fur outside for birds to build nests. You can do that during nesting season if you put up a little like fur dispenser or something like that. Sphinx cats are not actually hairless. Their hairs are just very fine. I mean, relative to normal cats, they're hairless. Oh, I don't only clean the poop cobbles. I'm just not saying all the words for everything that you have to clean. But yeah, so it's constant cleaning. Big downside. If you want a cat, Camels, heavily consider if you want a long or a short-haired one, because if you have a short-haired one, that's going to cut down on the need of vacuum cleaning. Also going to cut down on how much time you need to spend brushing your cats, because that is part of the constant cleaning, is the brushing and the cat upkeep in itself. So yeah, think twice. And then we have a perk though, cute playtime. I guess this could be a detriment sometimes, because it's kind of like, you should do it like once a day kind of thing. But they look super cute when they're playing with their toys. Though oftentimes they don't want to like necessarily play with the part of the toy that, like, you see Yuki biting on here, he's biting on this like actual toy part. Sometimes, now especially, he just desires to like chew on the sticks. If he could chew on like only sticks for his playtime, or like chase, I put like the stick on a string and I drag the stick around, he's going to be way happier than if I'm like waving this around. He actually doesn't care much for these, but he loves sticks and like chewing things. I think that he's part dog. Okay, so he's also like cardboard destructor. He will like rip and tear cardboard every single day, like is in Warhammer 40k, and the cardboard is the Tyranids and he's a space marine. That's kind of like the enthusiasm in which he destroys cardboard. Some cats have a nomin instinct. Yeah. Now is a super destructor. Otherwise, he's super cat, but he just has that, like, dog chewing instinct. Or part beaver. And then also have Tumo. Tumo is kind of like my goofy boy, as you can see here on the image. He's a himbo cat. But he likes all types of play. And then I recently found out that if I'm just waving a string of yarn, Tomo and Jin really likes just chasing the string of yarn around. But Nao and Yuki, my two cats to the right here, Nao and Yuki likes it if I have like a piece of cardboard just tied to the string of yarn. Honestly, they like it more than a lot of the quote-unquote cat toys, Kamos. If you want to get... Okay, this is... I'm not kidding. A very high-tier cat toy, a ball of yarn, and just like cardboard that you can tie to the yarn. You don't give them the ball of yarn because cats should not have string unsupervised. Do not give them string unsupervised. But like yarn, with or without a piece of cardboard tied to it, the cats go crazy. Absolutely crazy. They like it more universally than most fancy cat toys that I've ever bought them. So, yeah, if you want to save some money, just do that. Old shoelaces, yeah, just like string. The string, but never give them unsupervised. You want to have cats under supervision at all times if you're giving them string. Because if they start eating it, it's all going to go into their stomach, and that's not good for their intestines. But yeah, otherwise they like things they can chew on and then chase around. Yeah. Oh, and then we have this. If you get out eventually, that's not a guarantee. You don't want to take those chances. You could be lucky and they have it come up in a hairball, but you could also be unlucky and it could have fatal consequences. Also, I'm going to change my BTM around. Let me see. Oh, loud. We're going to switch over to a classic here. There you go. Cables are also an important part of cats' diets. They try and insist on it. Okay, so as you can see here, sometimes while you're streaming and playing on your PC and stuff, then your cat wants to inspect the integrity of the cables by chewing on them, which he almost succeeded in doing. I have quite a bit of like cables that have like a slight tooth indentation on it, and then they have actually in the past chewed up and ruined a Wi-Fi cable, which I figured out live on stream. They've also chewed up a phone charger cable and a couple of other things, but not too many, because I have learned a good lesson, and that is the fact that these cables you see here on the PC, when I go to bed, I throw a blanket over the PC. And make sure that all of the cables are covered. Because cables that are uncovered like this, for a hangry cat, is the finest delicacy. Especially when they get hangry. Let's not forget about a broken plate. Yeah, that's other chaos. That's things that you leave on counters. Things you leave on counters, you're kind of leaving that up to fate. Your cat is gladly not a cable enjoyer. You're really lucky then. Yeah. But yeah, I found that when my cats, like, when it nears their food time, I think they get a little bit hangry, and that's when they really like go like cable, and they like chew on things. So most important cables, I have like laying like right flush against like the corner of a wall, or like behind things that they can't get to. So hiding cables is kind of a must, at least for me, because I have two cats in particular. I think Yuki and then also Jin. Jin is my hangriest cable chewer. Both your mouse and keyboard cables were chewed through at one point. Luckily, you managed to fix them without buying new ones. That's nice. I have had to buy some replacement cables myself. Yeah. You watched the Caracal break plates like it was nothing? Yeah, Tomo recently broke a plate off my desk. But that one was... No, not off my desk, off my kitchen counter. That one was on the kitchen counter while I was sleeping, so I shouldn't have done that. Now I know how to place them different places on the counter, or to just put them in the dishwasher if it's free. But yeah, they also will do chaos, which you can see here on this little picture to the left. This little picture here, we have our nice demonstrator now showing what happens. See, can I put... Oh, that's behind. Showing what happens if you don't have like a door, you can see to the right here, this cabinet actually does have a door, but I had it open to put some figures on here. And then Sir Cabinet Inspector now came over to check if I had placed the figures correctly on the cabinet, and then proceeded to like pull a part down because he wanted to chew on it. So yeah, if you have little figures, if you have anything that's kind of like looks trueable whatsoever, you should keep it behind a glass door, or just, you know, in a room where cats don't have access, because was he certified? He's a highly certified cabinet inspector. He's certified himself, but for how often he just comes running when he sees me open a cabinet or a drawer or something like that. He's just there. Unless he's sleeping, he is there, Camels. So I think he's a highly certified cabinet inspector. But I luckily managed to stop him before he inspects everything with his teeth. Yeah. Kid BGD? Yeah, the little doll is super cutie. Yeah, they're kind of like constant toddlers, but instead of like being a toddler and like gripping things with their fist, they just kind of like chew things with their teeth to experiment. The one thing I have found that my cats don't really care for is books, though. So if you have a bookshelf with books in it, they're probably safe. But I'm kind of like made the decision after having cats for a while that I just acquired a lot of cabinets with glass doors for my figures and stuff. So I have 2 cabinets behind my desk. One where I have like my anime shelf and like the Kanna merch and stuff shelf. And then another where I have a lot of my streaming equipment is in another glass cabinet. So for the things where I want to like view my things and my collection on a regular basis, just glass cabinets is the way to go. So that's kind of another detriment to having cats, that you are going to have to jump through extra hoops to store your stuff. Because if you don't have cats, or if your cat's like somehow doesn't care, which honestly sounds like black magic to me, some dark sorcery, then you're probably fine. Then you can just like have things exposed. But yeah. Your books are actually not safe from your cat. He often topples a couple of them on the ground. That has happened to me a couple of times, but mostly it's been fine. So yeah. Yeah. Glass doors make so much sense for figures and stuff anyway. It keeps the dust at bay. It does keep the dust at bay as well. And I guess if you have like young relatives or stuff that comes visiting, then it's going to keep like some young humans at bay as well. But yeah, so you're kind of going to have to jump through more hoops when storing your stuff. And also this I didn't include a picture of here or like really put here, but this also applies to food. So you can't leave food on the counter. And this could be more differences between cats and stuff, but this extends to food that you didn't think cats would be interested in. Literally, I used to live with my mom for a small period when my cats were younger. And I was fine with it, like putting food away or like putting it up in a cabinet and stuff like that. But my mom wasn't as good. So one time she made like little like buns, like little like no bread buns. The ones you can like slice in half and like butter and put toppings on and stuff. She made those freshly baked and she put them on the counter in a basket and like put like a little like towel thingy over it. And then suddenly like I hear like a growl. I was sitting and doing something. In your newbie experience, they tend to get interested in stuff you interact with or use. They mention your shoes and drawing gloves. Aw, that's kind of sweet though. But yeah, suddenly behind me, I heard a growl. And I didn't know that these like buns were out on the counter because I would have told my mom to put them up in a cabinet or something because I know my cats. But they were out on the counter and I hear a growl. And I turn around and I see Jin, like this guy. I see him behind me on the floor just growling at one of the other cats because he has like an entire one of those like buns just like in his mouth. Like obviously he only bit like a tiny part of it, but he was like carrying it around. I'm being very territorial over it, and I was just like, Mom, come over, you gotta help me. And I grabbed Jin and lifted him up, and then my mom had to like take the bun away from him. And you would think it was like a steak or something. You would think it was a steak because he was like halfway growling as she like had to like jank it away from him. So even like bread type stuff, like not even just meat, like I think it's like kind of a given, like meat and fish and stuff, you have to not leave it out in reach for them. But even things like bread, which they're not really supposed to have, they sometimes get super interested in. Yeah. That's like also one of 2 times he has done that. He has done that like once more as well for my mom leaving things out. Your cat loves bread. Yeah. One of yours steals boiled potatoes and hides them. Wow. Your friend's cat is obsessed with bread. Yeah. Jin loves bread. And actually, this is also the only time Tomo will growl, because sometimes like my other cats, especially Nala and Jin, my older cats, will like hiss at the younger ones, or like hiss at each other as a warning hiss, because they're like, oh my god, leave me alone, I want to relax, I don't want to play, or stuff like that. Jin definitely does it the most because he's a drama queen. But Tomo, he's a friendly little puppy cat. He's my himbo. He never does stuff like that, except the few times he's gotten hold of a piece of meat. He has done that, I think, 3 times since I got him. He's gotten a hold of a piece of meat, and if he has a piece of meat and the other cat tries coming up to him, he will growl at them, or like hiss at them, because he is very territorial over food. He's highly food motivated. But for like regular cat treats and stuff, he doesn't growl. He's just very eager. He will steal the other cat's food if he can, so I have to keep a watch of him when it's their food time. Also because he unfortunately has like some food allergies and stuff, which makes it harder because he wants the food he can't have. But yeah, so that's another eating thing. Like they often like want to eat things they can't have, or just eat. So you gotta keep your counters clean. The fact they call him a himbo still makes you giggle. He's very himbo. He's extremely himbo. Oh, my day has been as sweet as I am. It has been sweet. Your day has been good as well. Yeah. So yeah, so this is a downside. Just eating cables and chaos. They will topple things off shelves. They will nom on cables. They will grab any food you leave on the counter. And also, if you have things on shelves or on the tops of furnitures, just say goodbye to it. Kind of. Weird food your cats like: strawberry stems, iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, and cheese. Oh, I think some of my cats probably would like cheese if I would let them get it. But yeah, they usually only get cat food. Mm-hmm. Okay, where was I? My train of thought. Oh yeah, things on top of furniture. Okay, before I got cats, like, you know, the top of a cabinet, the top of a dresser kind of doubles as storage space, right? No, now in my apartment, it's cat space. So on top of every single like dresser and cabinet and stuff, I can't store anything because chances are the cats will get to it. So you kind of lose a little bit of storage space as well when you have cats. I've seen people that have things stored on cabinets when they have cats, but at the same time I go like, well, that's risky, and I don't do it myself. You had a cat who loved red lettuce for some reason. I've tried like letting the cats like smell lettuce and stuff like that in the past, but they universally despise it. If it can be seen, the cats own it. Yeah. The cats own a lot of stuff, in their opinion. Gotta make sure your cat doesn't get to any rubber bands. Yeah, rubber bands and stuff also gotta be out of their reach. Like basically everything. And this is kind of different from cats to cats, but 2 out of 4 of my cats are incredibly happy or incredibly fond of plastic. So I, in addition to everything else, cannot have any plastic bags, plastic material of any kind, like from card packs to like little like plastic foiling you could put over food. Cannot have any of that accessible in any way, because these two guys will chew on it. And now in the last year, Yuki has also really gotten a taste for plastic. This is like any type of plastic, not just the crunchy one, just all of it. Tomo is kind of the only one that isn't that interested, but 3 out of 4 of my cats absolutely crave plastic. You would think they know the dangers of microplastics, but maybe they're just trying to get like the macro, the big plastics. They're kind of trying to win over microplastics by just eating the big plastics straight up. You have the same problem with plants? Oh yeah, I don't have any plants. Which, you know, is thanks to my one non-plastic chewing boy. When they were kittens, when my youngest cats were kittens, because these two guys kind of left, I had some cat safe plants. Like if the cats chewed on it, would be fine. I used to have a couple of like big potted plants, like fern-like looking ones, that I had to get rid of when I got these two guys as kittens, because 3 times I woke up in the middle of the night from a big bonk, like a big crash sound, and I went and I saw what it was, and then in the living room this guy would be sitting in like a pile of dirt and a tipped over plant, and he looked at me so proud. He was like, "Oh mom, look at what I did, I found dirt inside." He did, after he found that out the first time, like the plant was fine for like a couple of months after I got them, but then he figured out that it was a dirt deposit in the plant pot, and he just got obsessed with it. So in the spot of like 2 weeks, I think he toppled it over a couple of times, and I just ended up giving the plant away, because that was not happening. The pot, luckily, was one of those like woven pots, like woven straw pots, so he didn't break anything, but I had to vacuum clean so much dirt. I did so much cleanup, and it was always in the middle of the night that he would do this. And he wasn't even full size yet, he was just a kitten. So yeah, I can't really have any plants. I guess I could probably have like a small plant, but it's not worth the hassle. It's rough and gritty and gets everywhere. Yeah. Mother, I have slain the plant. It will never threaten you again. Tomo probably. Honestly, he just wanted to get to the dirt. He really liked the plant soil. I did say cleanup was a downside of having cats. Yeah. And then also, if you really like plants, it's going to be a Russian roulette. I know some cats leave plants completely alone, but this is completely up to cat personality. And if you have a lot of plants and you get a cat, it's going to be a Russian roulette if they leave it alone or not. So yeah. But the perk of having cats is they become your family, your precious family members, at least for me. Look at them. Look at how cute they are together. Many head pats, many cuddles. Tomo, almost every time when I wake up from either a nap or in the morning, he will come. This is me in bed, petting Tomo when he comes and lays next to me in the morning, which he will do. He will come and like knead my stomach, and then he will come and get like chest head pats and scritches and stuff like that. And sometimes he will try and eat my hand or eat my foot, but that's just because he's full of love. And Yuki usually will sleep on the foot of my bed when I'm asleep. Now we'll jump on my bed when I'm going to bed for head pats. When I stop head patting him, he will leave. But Yuki will stay and he will sleep with me. So he usually sleeps with me the entire night. Only on the foot of my bed though, like behind where Tomo's head is. He will sleep like on a corner there. And he'll be there the entire night. So if I wake up during the night to like drink some water or something, he will still be there. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, he will have left, but usually he's still there. Lots of cuddles, but everything you own is covered in a thin layer of cat fur. Yeah, I do have several like lint rollers, and I also have like an entire drawer full of like refills for the lint roller. Now he's just confused. I'm booping his hand. Yeah, sometimes you gotta boop your cat combos. You just gotta boop their little passies. I love it. I love it when you like reach out to give them a head pat like this, and they like lean their head up to like meet your hand. That is super cute. I've always owned long-haired cats. I will say both of the family cats I was talking about at the beginning of stream, both of them were different types of long-haired cats. Even the house cat was a long-haired one. So I have kind of always had long-haired ones. And then it's so cute when they're together. When they're together like this, camels, oh, it's adorable. They don't do that too much because mine are Norwegian forest cats, and Norwegian forest cats are a little bit more of an independent cat breed. So that has its perks and drawbacks. It has the drawback of, except for Tomo, who, if I put him on my lap, he will stay and cuddle for as long as I want. Nao doesn't really like to cuddle. He like on my lap. He will like lay on the floor and I can pet him for an hour straight and he doesn't get tired. But he's not a lap cat. And Jin is not a lap cat, but he likes it if I carry him around. But other than that, they're not really clingy. So you're not going to have the thing where they're like try and climb you like a tree when you're trying to get stuff done. Like they might try and get head pats and like roll around on the floor next to you and be like, "Oh my god, I'm so cute, please pet me." But they're a little bit more independent, which is nice. You rarely ever had lap cats? Yeah. You had cats where if you hold your hand above them, they'd stand up and rub their head against it? Aw, yeah, it's always sweet when they do stuff like that. Jin is such a diva. Yeah, Jin is my drama queen cat. He's my grumpy old man cat and my drama queen cat at the same time. And he demands to be carried around if he's going to be cuddled. But he will not stay on my lap, even for 1 second. Well, yeah, so they're a little bit independent. And I love them, and they're so cute. The cats would always walk out of reach and have you come pet them. Oh, my cats do that all the time. They're always a little bit tsundere. I feel like all cats are certain degrees of tsundere. You never get a cat that's like... Actually, wait. That's why Tomo is my puppy cat. Because he will come over. If I call his name Camels, not all the time, but 95% of the time, if I call Tomo's name a lot, and I'm in a different room even, and he's doing something, he will come. He actually is kind of like a puppy in that way. He's my only cat that isn't tsundere. But even him can like 2-3% of the time be a little bit tsundere. So you have cats that are like different degrees of tsundere, often like a higher percentage, but Tomo is very much puppy. And also himbo. One of your cats like to lead you to a place you can't reach him and then stare at you. They're doing that on purpose. I hope you know. They always do it on purpose. And hi, if you're dropping in. Kanna. We're just deep in the cat talks right now. When the cats ask you for head pats and stay 20 centimeters out of reach, yeah. Always they do that. But yeah, much love and much family. And then we have this thing that didn't hit me until I got my kitty cat boys. Is that veterinarian and other cat health stuff. Yeah. And cats can be meowdere, confirmed. Yeah, meowdere, tsundere for cats. And it's like the little things. Like just not the necessarily the big health stuff, but the everyday little health stuff, in the sense, which is why I included the picture of Yuki here, because it's easy to see on him. You see, like, he gets those little crusties on the corner of his eyes. I didn't notice that on cats until I got cats of my own, and now, like, in the morning, I, like, look through my cats and I go, like, who has little eye crusties that I remove? Like, just gently bump it away from their eyes. Not all of them get it, but Yuki gets it pretty consistently. Tomo as well, but you can't really see it on him because it's the same color as his fur. And then occasionally Jin, occasionally Nao, but mostly my younger cats. So like little things like that, like the everyday stuff, and like trimming their claws, or trimming. Actually, for mine, let me see if I find a picture that shows stuff better. A picture that shows their booty. You can kind of see it on Nao here. He's actually probably partially trimmed. But as you can see here, the fur around their booties is just really long. which, you know, if they have runny or upset tummy, that can be bad. So I actually trim my cat's booty fur, so they don't get like any issues that like happen like when I'm sleeping or something, or if I'm at the store, if I'm not with them. So I trim their booty fur kind of preemptively. I didn't do that when they were younger, and then stuff would stick to their fur occasionally. But now that I do it, it's way rarer. It mostly happens with Yuki, because Yuki is just a fur monster. But trimming their fur, and also for my kitty cats, let me see. I don't think I have a paw pad picture here ready, but you can kind of see on Jin. I think actually they're trimmed here, but I do also trim the fur between their paw pads. And I didn't do that when they were super young either. I started doing that after they started running around and slamming into the walls. Because cats get zoomies, like doggos. And when they have fur so long on their paw pads that it covers like all of their toe beans, they just start like losing all traction. Even on carpets partially, but especially like on non-carpeted floor, they lose all traction and they just start slamming into stuff because they run so quickly. So after that happened consistently with all of them, I started trimming their paw pads occasionally. So this is just like all the little like everyday health stuff that you become like hyper aware of as a cat owner. That is, I would say that's actually not like huge of a downside. It's more of like a little bit of a hassle. But I like doing it because it makes sure the cats are well taken care of. Make sure they don't hurt themselves by slamming into walls. I also trim their claws regularly, so they don't get what I like to call murder claws. That when they need on you or when they roughhouse with each other, they could like draw blood or hurt. So that's like safety, preventive safety measures and stuff. So it feels kind of satisfying to trim their claws and things. Getting them to stay still is an issue. I have the claw trimming down pat for all of them. Tomo is the only one that doesn't like it and kind of like squirms away. Or they don't like it, but others don't mind. You get to touch their toe beans while doing it. True. But yeah, all these preventive health measures feels kind of satisfying to take care of. That's why you loved your Rottweilers. They were downright lazy, but they were tiny lapdogs at heart despite weighing 55 kilos each. Nice. You've gotten used to your boy's murder claws, so you just leave his claws as is. Ooh, that's pretty brave. If my cats try and like knead my stomach or need part of my bodies with their paws with murder claws, it really hurts. It really hurts. Did it take long for them to get used to it? Your mom's puppy is learning to get his claws trimmed and he really doesn't like it. I will say, maybe try what my older sister managed to teach her dog. Obviously, this doesn't really work with cats because the cats, kind of like, if I offer the cats treats for claw trimming, they probably would just like demand treats and disregard the claw trimming entirely. They don't really get cause and effect in the same way. But my older sister has a dog, and she trained the dog that if they did the trimming, she would get nice treats afterwards. So now, according to my older sister, she really likes the claw trimming because that means like immediate treat afterwards. So now she's super happy to do it versus not liking to do it when they're younger. So that would be my recommendation if you have a dog, is to try and like a treat-based claw trimming method, because dogs are usually way easier with that. Yeah, he understands the bribe. Yeah, the doggo understands the bribe. The most I've gotten my cats to do for treats is give paw. All of my cats knows to give paw to different degrees. Some of them are just really bad at it. You're doing it like that? Smart, so smart. Hopefully she'll get it eventually. Yeah, you had one cat who needed his claws trimmed regularly. The others were outside cats and wore them down with tree climbing. And that one hated having his claws trimmed. It did be like that. One of my cats who needs a lot of brushing is my one cat who hates brushing, so yeah. But then you have the really like downside of cat health stuff is veterinarian visits, because my cats, all to different degrees, hate like car rides or bus rides or like any type of like transportation. They hate it. Now in particular, he hates it the most. He will meow for the entire time he's on a moving vehicle. The entire time. It's literally insane. And also they hate, they don't really like hate, but they don't like the vet. They don't like being like poked and prodded and stuff. And depending on like this is like really just like a roulette, kind of, or at least it feels like when you get a pet. Some of them might get health issues. They might get health issues, and I have actually had 2 of my cats. Funnily enough, it's not the 2. Okay, I'll just go back to this slide. Jin and Tomo have both, for 2 different reasons, pulled teeth. Jin has like TR or whatever it's called. He has the degenerative tooth disease, where some of his teeth just like breaks down and gets like reabsorbed into his body partially. So he's probably going to have to continue pulling teeth as he grows older. He has pulled teeth at 3 different occasions now. Like the last time was actually after I moved to my current place, which I had to travel back to my old location where I lived and go to the vet with him, because my new location vet didn't want to take him in. And this is because he also, during sedation, has a heart condition that only shows up during sedation and is not a heart disease that even like cat heart specialists can find anything wrong with him. And then Tomo, when he got his teeth pulled, he also got like weird heart stuff happening, and he also had a heart ultrasound where the heart specialist was like, yeah, his heart is perfect. And I'm just like, 2 cats, and these ones like these 2 are brother and these 2 are brothers, and they're from different cat breeders, and they don't have any like, at least relatives as far as I can see, in common. But they both have to pull teeth for different reasons, and both have like heart side effects when under anesthesia, when under sedation, that are not noticeable in heart ultrasounds and don't actually have like a heart issue. But it's I'm just like, what is the luck for that? Like, what is the chances? How do you plan to feed Jin in the future if he has no teeth anymore? The food pellets that they eat are small enough that they don't need to chew them. They mostly don't chew their food pellets. So yeah, funnily enough though, okay, so currently I also have Tomo, who has food sensitivities. So he is eating a diet of pellets that is hydrolyzed salmon. It's like an allergy-friendly, 1 protein only hydrolyzed salmon, where they like break the salmon down, I think, to like individual proteins or something. I don't know what they do with hydrolyzation, but he gets that like 1 protein diet. And then I had all the other cats on their normal food, like, which contains like chicken and like, I guess like corn and stuff, and they're fine with it. But Jin is a really picky eater. Well, Melon Bread, mwah, welcome to the Kamo Squad. Welcome. Jin is a really picky eater, and he started disliking his food. So now he eats the same food as Tomo because he's picky. And he will go on a hunger strike, which isn't good. If you didn't know, a cat not eating for 24 hours or more is really bad. Because a cat will start, is it like breaking down their own liver or whatever? Like, it's really, really, really bad for their livers. It basically breaks the meat down into amino acids, essentially the same process that makes soy sauce. Oh, okay, so that's hydrolyzation. I see. But yeah, Jin will go on a hunger strike. He has like neared a 24-hour hunger strike in the past, or gone like several days where he only eats like 20-30% of his food. So I've been through some real like health stuff with my cats. But now he eats well, and he really likes the food that Tomo gets. Ironically, both of them have not older teeth, obviously. And the food pellets that they eat is actually bigger than Nao and Yuki's food pellets. which I started now and Yuki and everyone like on a small pellet food because of Jin and Tomo, because of their like more lack of teeth and stuff. But now only my cats that like haven't really had big dental issues have that going on. So actually, did Noah pull teeth recently? Oh my god, I've had so many cats pulling teeth. I'm starting to lose track, but they are also luckily insured. If you have a pet of any kind, Camels, one of the drawbacks is cost, and part of the cost is health-related costs. But my recommendation is to get health insurance for your cats. That covers like that can cover part of vet bills, because I think at this point I think if I add up all the costs that I've spent on their health insurance over the years and deduct the part that has been covered like for part of their procedures, I think I'm either breaking even or I'm actually going like in plus of like my investment of money versus what I've gotten out of it. So yeah. Your cat also eat really little during summer, but your vet said it's normal. Yeah, if it's really hot outside, they can start eating less. I've experienced that as well. You don't think you even have that? Yeah, there is at least in Norway, there's two types of like insurances you can get on cats. One of them is health insurance, which covers different veterinary stuff. They'll look into the terms and conditions because different insurances covers different things when it comes to like different insurance providers. So get one that has like a good cost to what you get covered balance. There is also another insurance you can get on them, which is like a life insurance. I do not have that for my cats because for how much it costs versus like how much you get paid out if something happens, it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. So I think the most important thing is to get their health stuff covered. And in my opinion, at least, the life insurance for cats isn't really worth it. Yeah. US has that too? Yeah. I think pet health insurance is a thing everywhere. Or at least a lot of places. You have great options where you are. Most surgeries become way cheaper. Yeah. I think for like smaller surgeries, it's not going to cover like a huge amount usually because there is a deductible, I think it's called. But if you have to suddenly have a pretty like expensive surgery for your cats, that's when it's going to start like majorly kicking in a beneficial way. Yeah. Health insurance worth it, life insurance not as much. Yeah. I think maybe there's like some super specific cases where life insurance for pets makes sense. Working animals, maybe working animals, but other than that, I think life insurance for pets is just, yeah, it doesn't mean you like care less for your pets if you don't get them life insurance, but it's not really benefiting your little like pet in any way. But health insurance does. And help safeguard you against astronomical vet bills if something bad happens. Because it can get expensive. It can get real expensive couples. But yeah, so health and stuff. That is a big thing that if you have a pet, you're probably going to have to go through some health stuff at some point. Also, like yearly visits. Yearly visits usually aren't covered under health insurance, but this is a thing that's recommended. And if you have a cat that is outside, yearly vaccinations. So they don't contract like infectious diseases from other pets that are outside. Life insurance for cats, possibly for highly desirable breeding cats with lots of titles and stuff. I feel like even then, it's not worth it. And I don't think, at least the Norwegian ones I looked at when I got my cat, I don't think they even like cover anything like more for like a highly like awarded cat. A cat with a lot of awards. I don't think they get more stuff covered. Life insurance is to help cover the replacement, like for service pets. I guess if you have a service pet, it might be worth it. But if not, probably not. Yeah. Vaccine upkeep is required. I will say I actually have my two youngest cats have allergies there. Both Yuki and Tomo has had pretty bad reactions to like even different types of their like the regular like cat vaccines. So now when I have my cats in for yearly checkups, for years now, Tomo and Yuki doesn't get vaccines. Because the last time I tried to vaccinate them, they got allergic responses that lasted, allergic reactions that lasted 24 hours afterwards. So I'm not risking it since they've had allergic reactions multiple times to the vaccines. And my cats are inside cats, so they're not exposed to other animals anyway. Now and Jin has gotten vaccines like several times, but it's also like, since I'm not doing it for the younger ones, I'm not really bothering too much with the vaccines. But yeah, so my younger cats have kind of allergies and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, much vet stuff, and a lot of veterinarian costs are expensive, very expensive. Yeah. And that's also kind of why it's like good keeping a regular eye on your cats, like check your eyes, check their ears, like trim their claws if that's necessary, and like do this like regular like upkeep tasks, because that could also help prevent like any preventable health stuff from happening at least. Health stuff can be greatly varied too. Yeah, this is where I think you're kind of in an easier position if you have a cat or a dog as well, health-wise, because they are the most common pets. So if you have a cat or a dog and you have a local veterinarian, at least they're probably going to have some manner of skills with cats and dogs. But it's kind of worse if you have a bird, or if you have a lizard, or if you have like a bunny or a guinea pig, because those are often, like, I guess to various degrees, like depending on what it is, are considered more tough to deal with, considered more exotic pets for some of them, and a local veterinarian's office might not necessarily have people that know how to deal with like all the smaller type of pets, or like reptile or bird pets. That's why you stack the cats on top of each other, put a trench coat and a fedora on them, and take them to a human doctor, which is significantly cheaper. Human doctors are significantly cheaper in Norway, at least. That is true. I don't think you can get the cats to stay stacked on top of each other, though. They're going to protest. Any tips for cutting your cat's claws that refuses to be held or picked up? Okay, so what I do... this is going to take, like, a degree of being comfortable. I guess what you could try and do, which is what I did when my cats were younger, I waited until they were very deeply asleep. And then I would kind of, like, cut, like, the claws on one paw. Just cut, like, their front claws in one go, or, like, just one paw at a time while they were sleeping. And kind of got them used to it that way. But I think as they have grown, they've kind of gotten more resigned to the trimming. So what I do now is, like, when the cats are in a sitting position, kind of like how Nao is sitting now in here, like when they're sitting this with their booty downs, the front feet up, I sit behind them and kind of like push their back up against me so they can't back away, because that's what they often want to do. They want to like back away when you want to trim their claws. I sit behind them and then I pick up his feet and then I trim their claws. I also find it that doing it that way makes it easier to see and like gauge on their body language if they're going to react, because Jin, my little grumpy cat, can sometimes, like, if he's really not in the mood for it, he can like try and like not in a harmful bite, but he would like lunge and do like a light nip at the claw trimmer, or like at my hand or something, like this guy. And I find it easier to read their body language and see if they're going to be reactive or not. And also it's easier to like keep them trapped if they want to walk away, because sometimes they want to walk away. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Do it while they're sleeping if they're extremely hard. If you have a degree of trust with them, you can like push them against your body. Yeah. It's kind of hard to find a vet who deals with pythons, especially when they're in excess of 3 meters long. A python vet? Ooh, I can imagine. But yeah, so that's my tips. I tried when they were younger to teach them that they got a treat for trimming claws. That didn't really work out with my cats, at least, because then they started going like treat, 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 treat. They got super hyped instead of like calming down for the claw trimming. They just got really hyped up and impossible to trim claws of because a treat was in the picture. So I just stopped with the treat stuff with claw trimming entirely. Could work with your cat, but that's why I recommend it more for dogs than for cats, because they kind of at least mine, they kind of didn't get the fact that they had to be relaxed and calm for the claw trimming and then they got a treat. They were just really fired up for the treat instead. Have I tried teaching them other tricks than give paw? Not really, because cats are cats. I probably could treat them, but it would take a long time and it's not worth it in my opinion. Yeah. Okay, and then we have this thingy, which is kind of not like a... It's not like a super bad part of having cats, but if you have a cat, you know this thingy. When you buy XXX thing for your cat, but they prefer the box that it came in. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be anything from a cat bed to a cat toy to like a really expensive cat wheel that's supposed to like help them with their zoomies when they're bored, but they hate for some reason. But they will always prefer the box. Look at this. The box doesn't even have to be cat-sized. They're just going to be like jam themselves in there and be like, I could get in here, I could fit in this. Little paper bags, same thing. They're just going to get in there. Like this box, it wasn't even cat shaped, didn't even contain cat stuff. They're 100% just getting in there. And then, if their brothers is in a box, and they can't get in the box, then they're going to jump on top of the box and then smush their cat brother in it. And I go like, why? Stop smushing each other. And they're like, smush, 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 smush. And just walking all over them. Which, yeah. Oh, this isn't the same cat in every picture. This is Jin. This is now. Now likes boxes. I'm just taking a lot of pictures of Now in boxes. The other cats also like boxes pretty equally. But as you can see from his lovely white face marking, this is Jin. It's gotten to the point now, Camels, that after having cats for so many years, now if I get a thing in the mail, I just kind of like immediately give the boxes to the cats. And then this guy, to be fair, this is my... Oh, this is like the editing thingies. This is the cardboard killers, or killer singular. This guy, he kills cardboard with the same intensity that Space Marines kills Xenoscum. That is the amount of like hate that he has for cardboard and how much he wants to see them destroyed. So he is now the destroyer of cardboard. You can kind of see on his grumpy face here. He's getting ready to just rip this thing apart. Slowly, bit by bit, so it gets maximum amount of suffering. So I give them cardboard boxes from shipping stuff if it's not covered in a lot of plastic tape. And then after Now has sufficiently destroyed it, I like rotate it out for a new cardboard box. So they usually have like at least like 1 or 2 cardboard boxes just laying around. Cardboard for the cardboard throne. If they could have a cardboard throne, that would be really happy. They actually have like some cardboard like cat beds and stuff. Have I found cats in Pokemon boxes? They do sometimes like chewing, and then it's when say sometimes and it's this guy. This guy sometimes do like chewing on the empty like Pokemon or other card boxes. Oh, hit my keyboard. There we go. But yeah, they're like sleeping in cardboard boxes. They're like messing with cardboard boxes. They're like chewing on cardboard boxes. They just really like cardboard boxes is what I'm saying. So instead of buying your cats a really fancy thing, you can just buy something for yourself and then give the cardboard box to the cat. You know, you solve two. What do you call it? In Norwegian, there's a saying that's called like to fluer i en smekk, which means like hitting 2 flies in 1 slap. It's kind of like you're solving 2 problems at once. Yeah. 2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. That's it. honestly, that doesn't... That's more grim than the 2 flies with 1 slap thingy. Because I do feel like that's more like a thing you do in the everyday kind of vibe. You're not really going out throwing stones at birds, or at least I hope you're not, because I'm a duck VTuber, and you better not be throwing stones at the ducks. 2 cats, 1 grill. Don't eat the cat's combos. No. No. Cats are for head pats, not for eating. Just the same as ducks. Yeah. But also, another drawbacks of having cats is that I would say if you're getting a cat, or if you're a new cat owner, figure out what your cats like. And this, I'm talking specifically cat scratchers and cat houses. The best and worst part about cats is their curiosity. It's so precious, but holy moly, the curiosity killed the cat saying is so accurate. Yeah, I don't know how cats survive outside. How, like, the outside cats, like the wild cats, no idea how they survive. How they haven't, like, choked on plastic or stuff like that. It's a marvel of nature. When the saying was coined, hunting birds with a sling for food was more common. Oh, that makes sense, but yeah, okay, figure out what your cat's like. This is really important. Because they sell a humongous amount of cat beds and cat houses of different varieties. And there's a lot of different materials and things. And your cats is probably not going to like everything. So I would say start out with some cheaper cat stuff, but get a variety of materials and shapes and figure out what your cat's like. Because all of my cats, for some reason, detests anything that comes with those like very soft, fluffy pillows. Like soft, fluffy, pillowy materials. They hate that. I have gotten a lot of cat houses that come with soft, fluffy pillows inside. My cats won't touch those. But luckily, a lot of those pillows are detachable. And the second I take out the detachable pillows, the cats actually like the thingy. Like the cat tree behind me here that Jin is currently sleeping in, that one came with like a soft, fluffy pillow for the top, like little like cat bed area. They hate that pillow. Took the pillow out. They sleep on like the hard like cardboardy material that's like covered with like, of course, some fluffy material, but they like the hardness. Cats hate soft pillow. This is individual. Like you might have a cat that loves soft pillows. But mine prefer more firmer materials. Like they like, Yuki likes sleeping on my bed, which is of course softer than cardboard, for example. Or I would hope so for my sake, but it is. But they kind of like sleeping on the couch, which is a more scratchy material. They really like sleeping on corrugated cardboard, which are like those corrugated cardboard sleepers and houses, which kind of doubles as cat scratchers, which is really neat. They also like sleeping on towels. Like the texture of towels is a little bit more like textured and stuff than like fluffy pillows. So actually I found just putting a towel on the floor on a location of the floor that the cats like just makes the cats like congregate to that space. They usually change around where they like sleeping a little bit, so you might need to like change the locations of things and maybe like wash the towel and re-fluff it. But yeah, you kind of get a sense over time for what your cat's like. So even though you might see like oh my god, this super fancy like pineapple shaped cat cave, like I would love to have this in my apartment, it would be so cute if my cat slept in it. That's not always going to be the case. Your cats might detest that cute little pineapple house. I haven't gotten my cats a pineapple house, but oh boy, would it be adorable. But yeah, I started like, after getting my cats, like gone away from the mindset of like how much cute stuff can I get them to like what can I get them that they will actually like and actually use. You eventually know what they will and won't like. It's not a guarantee though. Sometimes you experiment a little bit and it turns out to be like, they didn't really like this, or oh my god, they love this other thing that I thought they would just like a little bit. But yeah. You can just draw a square with duct tape on the floor and they'll also go and sit inside of it. They do like box-shaped stuff. Yeah. The best place pets can sleep is with you. Only one of my cats likes sleeping on my bed, though. They just like sleeping nearby or on all the cat furniture that I've gotten them. But I have recently... I talked about this with you, Kamos. I recently have invested in a new piece of cat furniture that I just got the final part of. Let me get you the image. It's not in this PowerPoint. I've known I've shown it on stream before, though, so I should have it in my folder. See if I can find it. Yeah, I've gotten this type of like cat shelf. I'll let you guys know how this goes, my cat shelf experiment, because these are going up on the wall. I have like this one and then two ones that are not quite the same but similar, that are going on one of the walls in my apartment for like a climbing wall kind of system. And these ones you can change the pillows out on, so if they turn out they don't like the pillow material that I chose, I can order different pillows from the manufacturer. So yeah. I actually called carpenters today to check if anyone was available to put it up. And the ones I called asked me to send an email, so hopefully I'll get someone to like put it up within a month or something. Yeah. My experiments are of a quite expensive nature. To be fair, I wanted cat wall shelves for years and years. But I've always rented until last year, so now that I actually own my apartment, I can install these in the wall. Because you need to like drill holes in the wall, and to put the wall fastenings up and stuff. But yeah, that's a more of an expensive cat experiment, but I'm pretty sure they're going to like it, because they usually like things that goes upwards. Like, cats are very vertically inclined. If you're getting a cat tree, my biggest advice is actually, if you have one available that looks good, they're not all equal, but if you have a good floor-to-ceiling cat tree available and you can afford it and stuff, getting one good floor-to-ceiling cat tree is really nice. One that has like sleeping shelves at different levels, because cats usually really like going vertical. Didn't I say the same about the cat wheel? The cat wheel, I was more uncertain on if they would like or not. So that one they hate for some reason, but... yeah. Not everything can be hits, but this one I can almost guarantee that my cats are going to like it. If not, there's always cardboard boxes. That's why they like to climb trees or ambush predators. Yeah. They like to be above floor level. They like to be up in the air and trees. I mean, there's a reason why you see cats in trees in the wild so much. Yeah. Okay. Next one though. Oh yeah, this was, I think that was like most of my points. Yeah. I just have, this is the rest of my slides, Camels. I just love cats. They're awesome. No matter like all the drawbacks with having them, like all the troubles, like the constant cleaning, the litter boxes, the health stuff, also the costs of their like food and litter and things. Do I feed birds to my cat? No, that's crazy. I just love cats. They're cool. They're cool cats. They're cute. I love them. They're my little babies. I literally call my cats, like I have my two older cats, some younger cats. I call these guys because they're like almost a year older, not quite a year older. I call these guys my big babies and these guys my small babies, even though they're 5 and then 6 years old now. I just still call them babies because they're my little kitty cat babies. Well, yeah, they're awesome. Look at these little stretchy guys. So cute and stretchy, so cute and fluffy. Or when they're sleeping in just like the weirdest position. Oh god, they're so cute. And that's all of the reason you need to get cats. So little baby Yuki, yeah, look at him. He's so stretchy. And then Tomo always sleeps like this for some reason. He always like is in the weirdest stretchy positions. And then Jin is normal, and Yuki is normal, and Nao is also normal, and then Tomo is a weird himbo. Your cat sometimes gets burned herself, which is great, but your old cat would catch rabbits. Even called the pheasant ones, that's when you have like a small mountain lion. But yeah, look at these little guys. I especially like it when they sleep in really adorable positions. And you go like, oh, the little baby. Like how is Jin sleeping right now? It is sleeping in the classic curled up cat pose. Yeah. Getting head touched. Like, oh my god, I'm getting head touched right now. Yeah, my sleepy little grumpy baby. This is Jin, the one I gave head touch right now. This is this guy. You can see his white belly here. His white bootsies and his white belly. Which now his brother, as you can see, there is his little feet. He doesn't have the white bootsies. Dogs show their bellies to you when they trust you. You wonder if it's the same for cats. I think so. But I will say, one of the cats, like, if they're roughhousing, one of their defensive postures is actually kind of like this posture that Yuki is laying in right now. They will lay down on their side, partially on their back, and they will like use their feet to defend themselves and like a fight back with the roughhousing. Like not proper fighting, but like the play fighting. Here's the one who's often sleep next to my desk on the cam streams. It's kind of different. Like Nao has done it once. They're not that often on my desk anymore, actually. Yuki is sometimes there, but it's good he's not there too often because he has really gotten into the PC cables, as you can see from the earlier photo and from him pulling my PC power cable the other day. So yeah. But Yuki is the one, like, this is literally what he does, Kamos. This is my bed. And as you can see, like, here he's taking up, like, almost the entire space at the foot of my bed. I think this was before I actually went to bed because I usually would, like, push him a little bit further out. But this is, like, the bottom corner of my bed where he sleeps. And then I get to have my feet on the side here. Usually a little bit more space for me, but... He sleeps so soundly and he's so cute. He needs all the space, clearly. And he's so adorable. Oh my god. Yeah. He just likes being close. It's also my I didn't talk about this, but yeah, cats do come in all kinds of personalities. If you're getting a kitten, you don't really necessarily know what personality they will settle into. And Yuki is a high anxiety cat. Like, if he hears like a big sound from outside, or like if I drop something on the floor and there's a sudden sound, he will like go like, whoa, 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 like, and be halfway under the couch. While the other cats will just be slightly startled. So he's a high anxiety baby. When my older sister came visiting with her husband and her baby here the other month. No, was it this? Actually, it was this month, earlier this month. When they came visiting, literally, they were here for, I think, around 5 hours. Yuki spent almost the entirety of that time under the couch. The other cats were just chilling, sometimes like interested in the baby. They were chilling, walking around, like sleeping, doing their normal stuff. Yuki was curled up under the couch, chilling there. A couple of times he came out, but then he went straight under the couch again. He just, like, you know, went under the bed in my bedroom, I think, a little bit, and then he came back and went under the couch. The irony of that is that the part of the couch that he was, like, curled up under was where my older sister's husband was sitting. So I was like, you're like, he's, like, as close to the strangers as he can be, technically, but under the couch is also his safe space. It was even in my old apartment, like when my mom would come visit in my old apartment when she still lived in Norway. He would also go under the couch a little bit, but he knew her the most, so he would come out. Anyway, to lure him out with food or toys, no. When he is scared, he is there. He is under the couch. But he's not like that, obviously, when like on the day-to-day, because then I'm at home and he's, as you can see, extremely comfortable with me, Camels. Extremely comfortable with me. And will be so comfortable to the point where I am not going to forget this, that he pulled out my PC power cable when I was trying to be like, Yuki, please not now. But he's like, attention, meow, meow, meow. And then he would like nip my legs because he's my little nipping cat, my little shark cat. Does he have any other humans that he likes? No, because I live alone. It was only when Yuki and Tomo were kittens that I still lived with my mom a little bit for a year to help her out and stuff. So they were used to my mom, but she's been away for too long now, I think. I don't know if she came to visit, if he would still remember her. But she was the only other person that they were remotely comfortable with. Because she like was around on the day-to-day. But otherwise, no. Not even my sister. And my sister has visited the most out of any other person since I got my cats. And she doesn't even live in the same city. That says something about how hikikomori I am, Kamos. This is why I say that like outside of streaming and outside of VTubing, I'm kind of a big introvert. Because I have zero need to socialize IRL outside of stream. Outside of my family. And since my family doesn't live in my area, I really don't get visitors. I just talk to my mom on the phone occasionally, and I talk to my older sister occasionally. Cats have a surprisingly long memory. You were away from your family cat for like 3 years, and the moment you were reunited, the cat was like, "This one's my human." Oh, that's cute. That's cute. But yeah, I'm such a big hikikomori. So my cats are only really used to me. This comes with a humongous drawback, though. A humongous drawback. It is kind of like mitigated by the fact that I have my chronic illness. But if I wanted to travel, I don't have anyone that could take care of my cats. That is the humongous drawback. And also kind of a drawback with any pets, that you would need a pet sitter. So I can't like even if my health was better and I wanted to travel to like a convention or something, or to travel and visit one of my VTuber friends, I wouldn't be able to because I don't have anyone that could watch my cats, and I wouldn't want to like there's no pet hotels. There might be pet hotels in the vicinity, but anyone that's in like my general area, I've never really heard a lot of good stuff about it. It's more like those like more commercialized spaces and stuff. So I don't know. The only cat hotel that I think I would trust is the fact that like if it was like a really reputable one and they have like outside like proper areas and stuff like that, proper cat areas, and if it was a cat only one that knew how to deal with cats. But I don't think I have anything like that in my area. Just take them with me, easy. Oh, that would be hell. But yes, I don't have really anyone that could watch my cats, and I wouldn't want to pay like a stranger to do it either, to like come and feed my cats and stuff, because my cats are on a meal basis. Like, they get 3 meals a day, and they also get some treats. And Yuki, if someone came and like just came in here to feed them, he would just stay under the couch, not come out. And the problem I have then is that Tomo is a food thief. He is my blue cat that isn't here. Tomo is a huge food thief, so probably by the time Yuki came out to eat, his food would have been eaten up by Tomo. So I would have like 1 starving cat, and then 1 cat that would become fat. So yeah, so that's why I cannot travel. But I also have my chronic illness that gives me like mega allergies and stuff. So I can't really travel for that reason right now as well, because it's kind of been the last year plus. It's been really unstable with my allergies. So that's kind of keeping me from traveling. But even if I was in perfect health, yeah, the cats. So there's that. And I think that's one of the reasons why my mom, now that like none of me and my sisters live at home anymore, obviously, my mom hasn't gotten a pet. Like, she doesn't have a cat, she doesn't have a dog, she doesn't have a pet. And one of the main reasons for that is that she wants to be able to travel a little bit. Like, she wants to be able to travel to concerts during the summer and stuff like that, and she doesn't want to be tied down by a pet. I'm a mom to 4 children. I have other priorities in life now. The 4 kitty cats. So yes, kitty cat babies are forever babies. And honestly, that's a completely valid reason to not get pets at all, is if you value traveling and you want to travel frequently, then not having pets is hugely beneficial. But if you're a hikikomori like me that likes staying home, then having cats or an indoor pet is also really nice because then you get company. So instead, I have a guest room in my current apartment, and if any of my VTuber friends wants to come visit and off collab and stuff, I'm not going anywhere. So hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to have visitors. On the contrary, having pets is a good excuse to not travel. True, they're a good excuse to not travel if you don't want to travel. But yeah, so that was my little presentation, Camels. That was my little kitty cat presentation. They just can't be allergic to cats. Oh yeah. If someone is allergic to cats, they're not allowed to come because my cats, they're everywhere. Yeah, if you have a cat allergy, you would die in my apartment. Are my cats of specific breeds? Oh, they're Norwegian forest cats. I talked about the reason for that in the beginning. Yeah. Well, Pachis. It's my very easy presentation that I put together earlier today. Really, I just want an excuse to yap about the cats forever, and then I can refer back to this stream if people ask about, like, my thoughts about cats and stuff. There's probably things and, like, points I forgot about, but I feel like I touched on a lot of cat-related stuff. Norwegian forest cats is one of those breeds, like, are really big and fluffy. Yeah, they are... I think they are... If you don't count, like, those, like, semi-feral breeds, they are, I think, top 3 cat breeds size-wise. Mine are between 6.12 to 7.56 kilos. That is their weight. So between 12 to 15 pounds. Yes. Between 12 and 15 pounds, I think. Yeah. What did I use to make it? Canva? Yeah, I used Canva Pro to make it. Which is really nice because there's like Canva Pro features and stuff gives a lot more extra like graphical thingies that are nice for making PowerPoints. I've been making all my little PowerPoints in Canva. Norwegian forest cats, ragdolls, and Maine Coons. Yeah, I think those are the big fluffy tree. But then you also have cat breeds like, is it Savannah and stuff that I think get pretty big, but they are, if I'm thinking of the right one, they're considered semi-feral. Like they're recommended for people that like almost mandatory to have either a huge house or like an outdoor cat run and stuff like that, because they're so demanding and such an active cat breed. Yeah. Savannah cats are like dogs you hear. I think at least energy level wise they are. But yeah, that's cats. And cats are lovely, and I like them, and they're cute and fluffy. Savannah cats get long, but not very bulky, like pocket cheetahs. Yeah. They're long cats. But honestly, I wonder how big my cats would be if you shaved them. I would never shave my cats. I would just like to put that out there. But a lot of their volume is in floof. Like if you like push the floof close to their bodies, then it would look different. Also, I've never, this is probably a thing that some people do, but I have never bathed my cats. I've never bathed them or given them a shower or a full body wash. I have washed particular parts of their bodies, sometimes their paws, sometimes their booties or stuff like that. But I've never given them a full body wash because they clean themselves. And they've never been stinky. They just smell like normal, like pleasantly cat. No, they're never stinky actually. The only time they're like remotely stinky is like after they have been digging in the cat litter boxes for like a couple of minutes when they get out. If you smell them immediately after that, they like smell like the cat litter dust a little bit. But then they clean themselves and it's fine. Not all cats hate water. Oh, mine does not like water because I know they don't like rain at least. it was rare for your family to bathe cats. The only time was when they got sprayed by a skunk. Then you probably would need to bathe them, yeah. But yeah, bathing cats is usually not necessary. Unless they like get into something or get covered by something or get dirty. You had to clean your old cat once because he was caught in the farmer's traps. He had covered himself in mud trying to escape. Yeah, exactly. If they actually get covered in something, then you probably have to bathe them and clean them. But yeah, I just brush them, wash any parts of their bodies that need to be washed, and then just general cat upkeep. Sometimes they do get like a tiny piece of like cardboard stuck on their fur, like not properly stuck, but just like I pick it off. That's from all the cardboard that Nao keeps on demolishing, and there's little pieces of cardboard on the floor that I'm constantly going around picking up, and then sometimes the other cats like lay down on top of a piece and then they walk past me and I'm just like, what do you have stuck in your fur, sir? And then I pull it out and it's a piece of cardboard. Yeah. So that's a constant thing that happens on and off. Wow. Water. Sit in box, destroy box, repeat. Yeah. Sometimes sitting in the box while they're destroying the box. But it's really only now. The other cats just kind of like sit in boxes or like have fun with the boxes. Now is the one that keeps on tearing it apart. I'll see if I can try and get it on film in the future, like film it with my camera phone. I'll see if I can do that. But otherwise, yeah, it just happened. It just kind of happens. Oh my god, sleepy. I think I might actually do a short stream today, Camels, because I have quite a lot to set up with my new model for Saturday stream. So I think I might do that today, because tomorrow is going to be ASMR. For being a bird team VTuber, cats are a big part of my content. I mean, it's because I have cats. They're always present. They're always here, and they're always doing stuff that I tell you guys about. So I gotta set up for Saturday stream. I did have a 6-hour stream yesterday too. Oh my god, I had so much fun, Camels. I had so much fun. So, tanshimi. Yeah. And also I'm playing obviously tomorrow's ASMR, which probably will be a longer ASMR because I'll see how much of At the Mountains of Madness I can read. I'll try and read as much as possible. And then if I can't read all in one go, we'll do like a part 2 later. But it'll probably be a longer ASMR, maybe like 2 hours. I don't know how long I can read for ASMR, but we'll see before my voice gets tired. And then on Friday, we're playing Dark Souls 2 again, so I'll probably do like a 5-6 hour gaming stream for Dark Souls. So that will be a long one. And then Saturday will be very hype. Saturday will probably also be like a 2-3 hour stream. It depends on how much yapping we do. We'll see. Mountains of Madness is 2 to 4 hour read, depending on how fast you read. If I was reading it on my own, I probably would read it really quickly. For how long it was, probably sub 2 hours for sure for me, like maybe a 1 hour. But that's like internal reading. Reading it out loud, I'm obviously going to make it relaxing. How long will the outfit debut be? Probably 2-3. I'm guessing. If it turns into a lot of yapping, maybe even longer. If I might do like Q&As and stuff. But yeah. Oh wait, I gotta message Refla Mama to double check if she's fine with me showing. Let me see. Let me just message her. Give me a second, Camels. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I want to see if I can show the drafts. Let's see. Where are my in progress sketches? I had them all in a folder. Because it's been through some drafts that are very different from like the final one. Because one of the things I really like with Refla Mama is that when she did like the outfit drafts, she would do like I think for the initial, I don't remember how much it was initially, but she would do like 4 or 5 drafts in one go. And then I would pick my favorite parts from those. I will say actually the hat in the current, almost in the current form, I think we changed the colors around slightly, but the hat actually was on the very first draft. So the hat like in this shape, almost exactly existed since the very first draft. But most of the other stuff has changed in different ways. So yeah, I hope I can show you guys the draft for it. How complex are them? They're complex in the sense that they have like all the outfit details, but they're flat colored and sketch versions. But she drew like full outfits, like fully detailed outfits. Dun 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 dun. But hopefully I'll be able to share those with you. Big stretch. It's been a bit since I mentioned merch. Oh yes, there is also currently Aerunia debut merch. Aerunia debut merch. Let me find glitch stars. If you want any of the Kanna merch or the other Aerunia merch, it is available here. I think probably the closing date will be the 17th of February. So you'll have a little while longer to get it. I haven't sneezed today. I've sneezed before stream today. Chill it, yes, it's very cute. Wait, I might even have an image, Camels. Haha! Tanda, I even have an image here. Yes. Look at this. Look at this cute, elegant Lady Kanna standee. They said it will be gone after February 17th. Yeah, February 17th should be the final day. So this is merch. There's some buttons. There is some card sleeves. There's standees. If you get all the Aerunia standees, you'll get with the proper like Aerunia background and stuff like that. I'm sure you can walk in these shoes. It's no issue. There's duck powers. Don't worry about it. And what if I don't have shoes in one of the 2 new outfits that you'll get to see on Saturday? What if that's the case? Have you thought about that? Possibly. I mean, there's possibilities. Wait, do I have the silhouette in the folder? Let me see. Did I make a proper silhouette? Oh, I didn't save a proper silhouette. What if I already confirmed it? What if that was a fake out, Camels? What if that was a fake out? Research sleeves are Yu-Gi-Oh size, but like this, you'll just get 1 pack to have them. Oh, speaking of cards, Camels, I did a thing. Oh god, I forgot to send these pictures to myself. Give me a second, Camels. I did a thing, Camels, that I gotta confess to. Okay, let me get this. I think I didn't buy anything, Camels. I didn't buy anything, but I did a thingy. Oh my god, okay. I sent some images to myself. And then... Gotta save these. Give me a second. Picture for stream folder. Oh god. I did a thingy, Kamos. You're raising your eyebrows so much, but you might be raising your eyebrows too much, Kamos. You don't need to raise them, like, to that degree. I didn't do anything bad. I guess that depends on how you classify bad. Let me just check that there's no reflections. Give me a second. Oh, I did a thingy. Did I spend money? No, I didn't spend money. You got your mega... Oh, your mega bundle. The Aerunia mega bundle. Oh. Oh. No. Please give you strength to deal with duck shenanigans. They weren't that bad, I promise. I promise. Okay, I don't think there's any reflections here. Yeah, there shouldn't be any. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so Kamos, I got real curious. You know, they say curiosity kills the duck and stuff like that, but I'm sure it only makes the duck stronger. So let me show you what I did. Go on, you're doing so many dots, Kamos. I'll show you. It wasn't a bad thing. It was just I was so curious about what the cards were like that I took one of the card packages of the box of the reverse cards that I unplastikified. This is why I shouldn't unplasticify booster boxes before stream. I took one of them and I opened them. I took a picture as I took the pulls though. I took pictures. I had to only one Kamos, only one pack. Only one pack. No, only one. I didn't open all of them. Only a single pack. There's reverse 1999 cards. Yes, they're art cards. They're not TCG cards. Also, Shoku. Hi. This is even the second set. I'm gonna be like this. I'm sorry, Kamos. It was really hard to stop myself. Also, the reason why I remembered is because I tried putting them in the Profit sleeves. They kind of fit, but they're the type where like the Profit sleeves get a little bit of like a tension. So I put them in a penny sleeve, or like the highest rarity one, or like just to test. But yeah, so they're kind of like they're loose in the penny sleeves, but the Profit sleeves are a tiny bit too tight. So they're almost standard, but not quite. You can't forgive this. I'm sorry, Kamos. I'll show you the pulls in order though. So I pulled the first card was a Lucy. Also, the cards are also really nice quality. Like they don't have like the, at least the ones I pulled so far doesn't have. Yeah, I think they were a tiny bit thicker than standard cards. That's probably it. But they're the size of standard cards. This was a rare. This one was a rare. There are, I think, 5 cards in the pack. But yeah, they're like, all of them are like slightly textured. And have different types of shines. They're super nice. They're really, really nice. Doesn't show up that well on the camera. But on stream, I think it will show up beautifully. This reminds you of the twins from Atomic Heart. That is funny because Reverse 1999 have announced that they're doing an Atomic Heart collab sometime in 2026. So I wouldn't be surprised if they add the twins to the game. They already have another character in the game, or a pair character that is like 1 unit that is twins. But yeah, so I pulled Lucy. And then the second card I pulled was this one. It was a sideways card. I think this one was a high rarity. You can see it had like a sparkly pattern on the top that I just barely managed to catch on camera. This is one of the story patches that I haven't played, but it's the Russian themed one. So you have the entire story cast. Yeah. You have Vila, you have August, and then Windsong is all the way to the left here. So I pulled that. And then I think I pulled a higher rarity card. I don't know the rarity of this, But this card is not cardboard. It's plastic, and as you can see my hand through the background there. It's see-through. This is like a clear card. And the metally parts here are raised. They're like they're embossed metally parts. And see-through parts, and it's really nice. This is why I like these collector's cards, because they go just crazy with the details without taking into consideration any like TCG parts. Yeah, this is 32. This is 37. It's her swimsuit outfit. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's her unique outfit. But yes, I pulled this one, which is the highest rarity, and they put it in the middle of the pack. I don't know if this is going to be the order, but the rare, which was the second lowest rarity, the Lucy, was on the front, and the normal, which was the last one, was on the back. So I think they put the rarer cards in the middle, which is nice. I'm hoping that's the case for all the boxes, because that kind of tends to protect the rare cards a little bit more. So I pulled that one, and then I pulled this one, which I think it was an SR, a super rare. I think it's Jiang Liu. It's one of the characters I don't have, but I think it's one of her outfit splash arts, which also the pose sounds like whoa, but it's really pretty, really pretty. And as I said, all of these are subtly textured in a good way. So I pulled that one, and then the final card was the normal, which was Bacorn Bloom. Yeah, I pulled a Bacorn Bloom normal. I don't even know which rarity the 37 was actually, because it says the rarities on the back of this, which actually the back is also textured. I gotta show you this. I didn't take a picture of the backs, but the backs are actually also textured, which is amazing. But it said the rarity on the backs. Obviously, it didn't do that for the 37 because that one is see-through, so it doesn't have a different back on it. And forgive me for opening these cards. They look pretty good and are a nice teaser. Yeah, they looked so good. So we'll be opening this on next week. Not Monday, but next week's Tuesday will be the card opening stream. Asian printers tend to put the rare cards in the middle, which is smart. It is really smart. Yes. But yes, I couldn't help myself combos. I needed to know. I wanted to know like which sleeve size they fit in and the quality. Like if they were super bad quality or something, I would have been disappointed. But these are actually super hype. But let me go fetch them again. I have them in my cabinet. Oh, it was the Bacorn Bloom. I put the Bacorn Bloom in a sleeve just to test it, since it was one of the standard cards. Oh, they look so good, Camels. They have like such a nice shine to it, like different like glosses and stuff. The Young Lu. And this 37 card is gorgeous. Like the silvery race line sparkles so much. It's so good. And the see-through parts. Like if you hold it up against the light. Oh, so pretty. Really nice. Just get my hand cam? No. I gotta wait until gotta wait until Tuesday. I was about to say Monday, but Tuesday. This means we gotta collect them all and showcase them in a binder. They have one card, their highest rarity card is numbered. It's only 1,999 of the highest rarity one for 1999. So there's 1999 of the card. And they also have some other high rarity ones that aren't even like that one. So I don't know. If we could pull one of the 1999 cards, that would be amazing. That's obviously the huge chase. I think that one is so thick that if you pull it, it's the only card in the pack. I might be wrong, but I swear that's what I gathered from my minimal research. Because it's like a layered card with effects and stuff. I might be wrong, but I think that's the case. We'll see though. We'll see. That's a super card then? Yeah. It's a super looking card. Wait, what? Yeah, no, it's really thick. Let me see if I can find it. Did I show these to you guys before? Reverse 1999. Utu cards. Limited? Oh, here it is. I have a picture of it. Okay, let me show you the... Show you the limited. The limited is a verting card. Save image. Oh, it's not letting me. Open image in new tab. There we go. Save image. It's a WebP file, but that's okay. Oh my god, now all the save images that I clicked are opening at once. There we go. It was just a little bit delayed. This is... I think this is from the first series, so this might not be the limited that's in this set, actually. This might have been from the first set they did, but the limited is the same type of card. For sure, for sure. So let me show you what the limited cards look like in this. This is what we're talking about. Utu Arcanist magazine is kind of like the theme for the card packs. It's an in-game thingy as well in reverse. But look at this. It's one, it has an embossed signature for Vertin, which is the player character. And then it goes like all crazy, like all super crazy. The other image here shows it at an angle. Yeah, it's like a crazy card. So they know how to do limited cards in this set. And I think the numbers are on the back. Yeah. That's almost too much detail. Yeah, they went all out. Like if you look at this, like all out. Yeah, this might have been the one from the previous set. I don't remember what the one this set looks like, if that's the case, but love how much depth it has. Yeah, all the depth. Even side, yeah, even side. They know people like signatures. But yeah, I'm looking forward to opening. But Kamos, let me find someone to raid, because as I said, I'm rounding off early today. I'll do some prep for Saturday stuff. I gotta start setting up the toggles. I gotta start taking screenshots of my new model and stuff like that. And then probably I'll work a little bit on the VSMP server and things. So a short stream, an actual short stream, Kamos, extremely short stream. Let's see. Oh. Ifan! Mwah! Welcome back to the Kamo Squad. Welcome. Enjoy your Kamo Squad emotes as always. And let me see who we're rating. Oh! Kyo is streaming! She rated me literally yesterday. We're rating Kyo back, and she started less than 10 minutes ago. She's reacting to Arknight's lore. And he should be streaming on Twitch, right? I'm assuming. Ah, she is. Raid. Yori Mokami. There we go. First I was on time yesterday and then I do a short stream. I was on time today as well. Raided me at midnight? Yeah, the midnight raid. But yes, I will see you, Kamos, tomorrow for occult reading ASMR. I'll be reading the lovely At the Mountains of Madness, yes, by H.P. Lovecraft. Which will be my first time reading any Lovecraft whatsoever, so I'm excited. Yes, super excited for that. I'll be all in ASMR mode then, though. But yeah, Otsukana no, I love you, Kamos. And then Friday is, of course, Dark Souls 2. Otsu! Very fitting to have this cat background. I probably should start using my other background a little bit as well. But I just really like seeing the cats on this one, okay? It makes me happy seeing the kitty cats. So it's hard to find like the heart to switch off it, if I'm being honest. I love